Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry, I'm very late today. I did not look at the time. But we're back. Today, we're planning on working on Crystal Cave. We're probably going to do some Dwarven structures, and we might work a bit on the border wall later. We'll have to see about that. Unfortunately, I did not really figure out how to fix the lag problem. Which is unfortunate. But we will deal with that later. I did do a bit of work off stream, as you can see here, working on clearing out some of this for use. And it looks like we're going to have to do some fixing with this, but that's all right. Ooh, goodness. Which I got to get the barriers in there, so that once I'm ready to fill this all up with water, we can do so smoothly. Okay, I don't need my render distance to be that high, so I'm gonna try just cranking it all the way down and seeing if that'll help us with the lag issue. It won't be as pretty as I would like, but when we leave the caves, but maybe it'll fix the lag. Can I also maybe... I can't turn down the speed, because it feels like the flight speed is a bit off as well. But that might be because I've been on a server, and so it might just feel a bit off because it's been a different environment for me for a while lately. Which, if you haven't seen, that project that I'm working on that server is now live on my Planet Minecraft page, so you can go and check that out there if you are interested, along with the project that we are working on right now. And we'll also need to get barriers on this, because we have a rise in the water level there as well. And here as well before I actually mess that up, like I almost did. Gosh, that would not have been great. I feel like music is very quiet on my end at least, so I'm going to turn it up a little bit and hopefully it's not too much. Yeah, I was trying to finish this earlier today, and I ended up just not having the motivation, which is one of the reasons why I enjoy streaming it, because knowing that there are people watching and that I have a record of it encourages me to continue working on the project. There's also something kind of nice about commentating on what you're doing that just kind of makes it more enjoyable to do. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure that my mic wasn't actually muted, because I've been known to do that. Leave my mic muted on accident. I guess at this time I should also mention, if you've been enjoying the content, whether you're on YouTube or Twitch, be sure to follow and like and subscribe, and leave comments with any questions you might have. I try to answer them as much as I can and as often as I can. Oh shoot. I didn't know that that could actually erase barriers. I'm gonna have to be careful about that. Note to self that that erases barriers. Which does unfortunately mean I have to undo quite a bit of my work there, so that I don't have those be erased. Ah well, mistakes happen. Just make the best with what you got. Which I've been learning a lot more about how to use Axiom mod lately, which has been very helpful. And on the server side, if I had this on a server, I've also been learning a lot about how to use Voxel Sniper, which is a very, very helpful plugin server side. Not quite as good as Axiom mod, but it's still very, very good. There we go, there's another level done. Again, I'm going to keep it careful because now I know that the barriers can get erased. And I don't want to be erasing any of the barriers. A lot of cleaning up to do when it comes to this, which is one of the reasons why it's very, very tedious process of getting this lowered down for the water to actually be sitting in here. And sometimes I take a lazy route and I just make it more flat than it probably should be. We need a little bit of layer here, but this is going to not be very large because it tapers off pretty quickly in there. And then we can continue just in this section. And then we get to fill this part up with water pretty soon. Almost there. And we'll be moving on to the next part. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we can still use this. We can use the lovely flood tool. Except no, we can't. Because apparently it cannot recognize barriers, or there's a gap. Yeah, it can't recognize barriers. That's a shame. We can still mostly use it because it's still somewhat helpful in a lot of areas. We just can't use it fully. We got to be careful. Such that we don't accidentally fill an area that we don't mean to. And there we go. Now we have one of the pathways through the cave filled with water. I'm thinking, I don't know if I want to do the other side. The other side might be faster because there's less depth to it. but there's also quite a bit more elevation. We'll work on it for a little bit, but we might change it up. We might also work on some of the detailing within the cave, because we still got to do the crystal parts. Now, I also heard someone say you can flood barriers. Oh my goodness. I wish I had known that sooner. Okay. Yeah, I wish I had known that sooner. We won't be using that just because it's going to get a bit in the way, but wow, I did not realize that was a thing. The things you learn. Oh, we do that. Freehand draw. Air. Stone, andesite, tube, coral, block. Always make sure to hold the barrier just so that we don't accidentally break something. We're going to do this entrance part by hand, just so that it doesn't get messed up. And then we will work on this. And we'll do the same process. Start over here by hand until we get past that main row of barriers. And then help out a little bit with Axiom. it gets pretty repetitive. But, like I've mentioned before, it's kind of therapeutic in a way, so. This one's going to be a bit interesting because of how I designed it, but interesting is a good thing. Sorry if that went through the mic. Alright, now we can fill the water. Try to, at least. That's probably where we will stop as we move into our next area. Sometimes we make a little bit of a mistake with Axiom. Just got to clean it up. And we're just going to do the same thing that we've been doing. Although we're going to switch it up to work on some buildings. Not too long, probably. Wrong block. Good, I did. I thought I had put barriers there, but forgot. I want to make sure, because they'll only make my life harder if they're not there. Just gotta keep carving everything out. Fix those little things. All right. Fill this up with water. Get our lovely cave noises. And there we go, though. Now we have at least got a lot of the entry caves looking good. Actually, might try to push this back. Because there's a lot of space over here, so I think it'd make more sense if it didn't go down quite as quickly. So I'm just gonna shove these layers, not back a ton because I don't want to deal with it too much, but it's such a long stretch. Yeah, that makes more sense to me. So we're gonna do that. Get the barriers in. And we're about ready to go. I think we might leave this off here, though. The next thing that I need to do is we're going to figure out if I can make this look good. Sorry about the lag here. Oh gosh. Yeah, I mean, I think it looks okay. But this is kind of what we're going to be going for the crystal caves. There's going to be a lot more of this, though. And we're going to include a few budding. Just because if I ever do find a way to make it renewable, and then this will, survival friendly. Then this will be more efficient and renewable amethyst source. pop the shaders on again real quick. Yeah, that works pretty well. And there's going to be some other stuff in here, but this is pretty good. I might have to go into the asset world as well and make some like actual amethyst spikes to dot around. That'll probably help this look better too. Yeah. So we'll have to do that. But for now, I think we're going to switch over to working on a different cave, which will be this one. Which, as you can see, we've got a lot of stuff going on. Very, very big cave. In Glag. And what we're going to work on now is going to be one of the larger structures that's going to be in this cave. I'm trying to think of how I want to start it off. And also want to make sure that we follow style. So it's below, right? Yeah, below and on top. And we generally do 5, and then we got 3 corners. Okay. Where does that go, though? Okay, it goes directly on the yellow. All right. Got it. Two, 3, 4, 5. Mr. Artist, greetings. How are you doing? I'm glad you were able to catch a stream. Right now we are working in one of the cave systems. Coffee now loading. We're working on one of the cave systems in the massive Minecraft project. This one in particular is home to what's going to be kind of a Dwarven colony. So we've started on that a couple of streams ago. So this is our kind of Dwarven style we're going with. We made some test buildings here, and now I'm working on one of the massive buildings, what's going to be the largest building in the Dwarven area here. It's going to be really tall, because the idea is that it's going to go from here all the way up to there when it's done. And right now I'm just framing out how that's going to look. Which all the colored blocks are all placeholders for blocks that are going to be actually used later. Also, now that you're here, I can check to make sure, is all the audio volumes good? Because oftentimes I'm not quite great with that, and it's sometimes off. Good. I've been getting better at actually making sure it's balanced correctly, but I want to make sure that I check, because I never know when it's gonna be not right. There will be, yes. So if I come up here, this black block here is what the yellow block is. This is the red, and then the orange is this part here. Which I don't have orange down here yet because I'm just doing the framing, but that is my color code for the project. Hopefully that answered your question. If I missed the point of your question, feel free to elaborate, obviously. Oh gosh, lag spike. I've been having this problem a lot lately. And I'm not sure what exactly the problem is. Wait, seriously, you've never seen Minecraft played before? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, three, four, 5. Actually, is that? No, yeah, that's necessary. I did this slightly weird. That is surprising to me. Although I suppose, if it's not necessarily your cup of tea for game, you might not have ever thought to look into it, which is completely fair. And then we're going to want to extend this to there at least. Then, actually, we might go up just a bit. Totally an art stream, though. You know, generally, I would agree with that. But because of the fact that there's copyright nonsense, I can't label it as art. I have to label it as Minecraft. Or at least I assume that's why. I'm assuming I'd have to label it as Minecraft and not art for that reason. Um, I could be wrong, but there's a whole bunch of copyright stuff where I have to not claim that this is my own thing. I'm also intending to put some, gosh, lagging again. I don't know what is causing that problem. I don't normally have such issues with the lag. But I'm intending to do like probably some colonnades. Because I know, like, especially in like, for example, Tolkien's work, you see those well, at least in the movies, you see those massive colonnades. Just halls of essentially colonnades. But I need to get most of the structure for this fleshed out before I even think about doing weird details like that. Two, 3, 4, 5. There will probably be a bunch of platforms coming out of this, and columns and overhangs and stuff. It's just like I said, I want to get the structure down first before I start dealing with anything weird. But no, I did not mean to do that. 2, 3, 4, 5. Which I think that's probably about what the base will be. Might take this down a step here. Actually, yeah, here we're gonna go all the way around to there. This one's gonna go around to there. Now we have all those interesting layers going on, which is exactly what we want. Oh, that's very bright. I totally didn't see that coming. Yeah, and when I'm saying I totally didn't see it coming, I say that because I 100% did see that coming. Right there. Come around with this. I'm gonna have to figure out how to make a dwarf statue, aren't I? Because I'm not gonna be satisfied with this unless I do. Aren't I? That's probably true. I didn't think about that. This is why I shouldn't make projects. I'm kidding, that's not true. This is how I get better at what I do. That's correct. Is by realizing that I need to do stuff that I'm not good at, and then figuring it out anyway. That won't be in this stream now. That'll be probably not for a while. Ah, it's lagging again. Dang it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it really is. I mean, so much of this project actually wasn't planned at all. I mean, there was a ton of stuff that I just really didn't think was going to happen. That's poorly textured. So, like, I mean, originally the map was really, which I know you've seen because you've seen a lot of the progress. I've posted a lot of those pictures, but you know, I mean, this was all the map was intended to be. It was just this little box. And then you've seen kind of how it grew from there. So like, for example, this was one of the things that I made. Were these statues. They're not my own, but they helped me learn how to, like, start with that. So we got cool statues there. And that work is what led me to creating this lovely thing. Which this one is my own. I made this myself. took a lot of effort to get it to look right, but ooh, this is something else that I made by myself. These things. I forgot about these. Do you have a guess what that is? I'm pretty proud of these because I made these pretty much from scratch. These were a pain to get right. A face. You know what? I suppose I can't argue with that. But it's meant to be a Nautilus shell. Although I just now noticed that the backside is not really done. I mean, okay. I'm kind of sad now, but oh well. Oh, this was another one. This one's pretty. I mean, I don't know if you'd be able to tell what that is. But there's a conch shell. This one was fun to make too. And again, I mean, I made this by hand. And then got the sand dollar. Which eventually there's going to be a whole bunch of other stuff covering these. It's not just going to be straight there. But I mostly wanted the sand dollars so that I could do this with them and create these overlaying stuff. I guess I got some coral stuff in here, but I'm very proud of the conch shell. Oh yeah, and then I guess I might as well pop over here. This is the quote-unquote Atlantis, except it's not really Atlantis, but, you know. Underwater civilization in some capacity. Right there. And then we can fly over lovely terrain. I've had to turn my render distance down because of all of the lag that's been happening, but that's what I was working on earlier down there. I won't go through it right now, but there's a lovely gemstone cave that I'm making over there. But for now, we will return to the construction of this monstrosity. Part of why I wanted to make a really big structure. Thank you, by the way. Appreciate that. Part of the reason I wanted to make a really big structure is because the Dwarven style kind of goes with that really well. Just in general, like just having massive and tall buildings. Like these look nice, like these are nice. But they just feel kind of weird without something, you know, freaking massive. Like this. Which is why I want to make sure I get this in, because it'll hopefully help me see the vision of what the map will actually look like a lot better. That's the hope. I also started a second project on a server. It's on my Planet Minecraft, which is linked in my Twitch. But yeah, so that's a new project. It's a smaller scale project for a server that I joined not too long ago. Actually, hold on. 1 second. Just a moment here. No, I don't have that tool. Oh well, that's a shame. Actually, I think it would make more sense to put that detail there. Yes. It's a Minecraft server. They're building dungeons in it. And I'm running my own project in it right now and got permission from them to upload it to Planet Minecraft. So that project has a page as well now. Although I'm also a part of a different server, but that one I can't post anything on, mostly because they already have their own page that they post their projects on, and also because I haven't led an independent project on that server. But that's a fun server. It's a Lord of the Rings build server. We build stuff from Middle-earth. It's pretty fun when the team's active, which it unfortunately is not. Actually, yeah, I think this might work out really well like this. Because I'm trying to make it look almost like this piece here is going to be like almost continuous. And I'm thinking that might work. Yeah, that actually does. That's great. I like that. That's good. It almost looks like it continues through that area, even though it doesn't, and that's exactly what I want. Perfect. Yeah, and we're gonna definitely have to add more stuff to this, because right now, even if I textured this, this looks kind of... I won't go bland, per se, but it's not super standouty, other than the fact that it's big. We're gonna do the same sort of thing here. Where I want it to just seem like it continues on through these pieces. Because it'll help it be broken up, will also still like emphasizing how tall of a building this is. That's what I'm aiming to get from this effect, which I think I'm getting there. Like, it feels taller, but still has that break, which I think is exactly what I'm trying to get. So that's very good. It's gonna look a bit weird here, but it should be fine. The annoying thing about working with this type of block is that because it has some opacity to it, I gotta be careful with how I use it and make sure that everything gets filled in properly. Otherwise, it will break the system. Cave sounds. But I think this is going pretty well, design-wise so far. bit of an oddity there, but I think it works. And part of why I'm going to have to spend a lot of time on this building is because even though it's big and that helps it stand out, what's really going to make it feel special is when we actually start adding specific details that we only use in this building, and then it'll really start to pop out. Which is what I need it to do, because it's supposed to be like the crown jewel of the buildings. So it kind of needs to stick out like a sore thumb. Except maybe not quite that much. It's probably a bit overdramatic to say it needs to stick out like a sore thumb. But that's why I say I want to get like a tingly thumb. Yeah, like that. That makes sense. That's the word right there. You nailed it. Just don't nail it in the thumb. Because that'd hurt. I know, I'm so funny, aren't I? I have such great jokes, don't I? Oh yeah, this is starting to turn out well. This part's going to be weird because I'm intending to basically have like an arched piece that comes over this sort of pathway area, and I'm not sure how that's going to work out yet, which is why I'm not touching it. Because I have a feel that it's going to be weird. Actually, I don't have a feeling. I know it's going to be weird. Weird is good though, as long as you do it right. This can often be what makes a piece of art better than another one. Is how weird it is, and if you did the weird right or not. One, two, three, four, five. Nah, probably will want it to continue going back, or lewd that it continues to go back, even though it doesn't. See, it's like really early for you, right? If I got that correct, it's like really early in the morning. So I'm not correct. I actually think it'd be good for me to put 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna put a tower over here. It'll create a nice gap, I think. Just going to take this straight up to the ceiling and then call it here, it looks like. Say that's the top. And yeah, see, look how much better that looks. By just having that bit kind of offset it in that direction a little bit, and then we'll have that big piece going up. That should look really good. We'll probably have another tower over in this area as well. But that'll come later, because that won't be a part of this structure. Also, I guess for some people, 10 a.m. might be kind of early. I know it's not for me, but depends where you are, probably. Not there. We want this to be filled in with the yellow. So, funny... Oops. That was confusing. Funny thing about today's stream is that I'm actually really late. So I guess that's lucky for you. I was not looking at the time, so I started the stream an hour late. So that was a pro streamer of me right there. Do I know what I'm even going to put in here yet? No, I don't, but does it even matter? Sorry, I'm trying to think ahead a little bit. Think ahead of the game, figure out what I'm planning on doing, and I'm not thinking of what I actually want. I mean, obviously it's a Dwarven hall of some kind, but, you know, what does that actually mean? That's what I gotta figure out. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. Alright. Just for the sake of seeing how this whole thing looks, we're gonna texture it real quick. This section. And then we gotta figure out that we hate it. Because that's the best part. Also fix little derps like this. Alright, next. Site. Stone bricks. You know what? I'm also thinking that this entire thing might actually change because I might actually switch to the blocks that came out in a patch that started recently. Well, maybe not all of them, but some of the stone bricks might actually get replaced with a different block. Because Minecraft 1.21, oh goodness, is out, and I just need to wait for the mods to update, and when that happens, I might switch this all to tough bricks instead of stone bricks. Although that does look pretty nice. Yeah, so I can do the same thing that I'm doing here, because with at least with the stone bricks, I'll have to change like the stairs by hand, because the replace tool doesn't work very well for that. But I can just use this and so I have cracked stone bricks and regular stone bricks, so I can mask each of those, and then like for example, I can do like this. Uh, Obviously, I'm not actually switching over to that block, but that's a mod called World Edit. Very, very helpful mod. We love World Edit. Now to figure out how we're going to do this arch. Let me first find the center here. One, two, three, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. Actually, that's going to be here, but I'm going to leave this as a placeholder. Actually, I shouldn't need to leave it as a placeholder if I do this smartly. If I use my brains. Boom. Intelligence. One, two, three, 4, 5. Okay, so this is 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here. Wait. No, that would be right. Never mind. Five. Or actually, maybe it's not. 1, 2, 3. No, it's correct. We're good. 4, 5. There. That's 4. Hold on. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, I see. Because this should actually be here. And this should actually be here. Like so. That's why that's messed up. But now why is this messed up? Actually, it doesn't need to be messed up. We just move this all forward by 1. Hey, VOD! Glad to see you. Sorry if it took me a while to respond. Trying to figure out math takes a lot of my attention, even if it's very, very simple math that should not have taken any time at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, that's 5. Right now I'm working on right now we're working on Dwarven construction for the area. We're working on making the framework for the Crown Hall of the Dwarven city, which is going to be this massive tower structure that we're working on. Well, kind of massive. It's not as big as I thought. Kind of in this style. Alright. That should all be correct now. Let me just make sure I line everything up the way I want it. Yeah, it's a pretty good foundation. The reason I call it a framework is because it's very bland, not just because color scheme wise, just because there's nothing going on, so it doesn't feel very special. It's just a big building right now. But that will change once I get into some other details. Which this arch is part of the plan to help with. I actually think, I wasn't going to originally, but I think I am going to get rid of that now. I was going to have that part extend out as well, but I don't think I like that anymore as an idea. I'm going to wait on putting this break in, because I might not want it either. To see. Going to start by bringing all of our construction up to the ceiling now. Okay, good. That's 5 too. Gosh, I'm missing so many blocks that I'm concerning myself that I'm missing stuff that I don't want to be missing. I might have to replace this later. The idea is to try to keep it more angular with the Dwarven stuff. No like circles is the big thing. So I'll have to decide later if I think that that's conveyed correctly there as being diagonal rather than kind of curved. This needs to go all the way up. The side bits might not. I'm not sold on that part yet. I also just realized that I've blocked off this as well, but we'll just have to do some terrain work over here real quick, and that should fix that area. If I just redirect this bit over here instead. I'll have to fix the structure in a second. As well as smoothing out this terrain to make it actually make a bit more sense. There. Now this isn't quite as blocked off and you can actually walk through. And this basically now functions as a gatehouse, which is very nice and kind of what I want it to be. So, yay! Yay for accomplishing my goals. Love it when that happens. Am I gonna want to just bring that all the way up? I think I might. We do indeed love it when a plan comes together. Always a good thing. Oh, the ceiling's there. Okay, maybe that's closer than I thought it was. Yeah, I think that's good. My concern is that it might have been... Did I? Ow. I fixed the one side, and then I didn't finish fixing the other side. I love it when I do that. It's great. Okay. Now we should be fixed. I do have to switch out my earbuds, though. On the wrong... Well, the one's dying, so I'm not on the wrong anything. I don't know where I was going with that. Classic brain stopped braining moment. Yeah, it's very tall, but I think that's a good thing. Really helps kind of go with this, well, the idea that this is supposed to be a monolithic structure, because it is supposed to be a monolithic structure. I do think we'll probably put a top piece here. We'll come back to how far that goes around. And then the question is, do I want the other side to be lower down or higher up than that? Oh yeah, I do like that though. Having that massive tower. This one might need to be lower. This one might be lower down to really emphasize on that side just how tall this tower is. I think we're gonna go like here. This is gonna have to Yeah, it's gonna have to go all the way through. Otherwise, it's gonna look wrong. At least till there. How did that not go straight? Gosh. I'm like, must be a bad builder. Can't even build a straight line. Same thing here, just so that it's done correctly. Yeah, I like that. Maybe I even want to push that lower. Maybe I do want to put it at this level. Yeah, I think I do. I think it looks better that way. Do we want to go even lower, though? Let's see. Honestly, yeah, I think that's it right there now. This is why you try things out. You can run into new things that you wouldn't have expected. But I think this low down looks way better. Because it really, like, you see the tower going up there now way more. And now this almost acts like a defensive position for the lower wall. It does create a minor issue here, but we'll work through that. Yes, it does add some good visual interest. And like I said, it also really helps because with that, when you're down here, having that level, it creates a nice angle. I just realized that I did that unintentionally. This entire build has that nice angle up to it. I don't know why I'm hand motioning on my screen. You can't see that. But there's a nice, like, upward point angle going on there, which I like. I also like that from this standpoint. I mean, like, this is about the point when you see that. I'm gonna have to create some very interesting stuff for this, though, to make it stand out nicely. Do I want to divide up the tower, though, and put, like... I think I've got to. I think there needs to be one. And I think it should be in between the levels. It won't be like a full divider. Well, it will be a full divider, but like... maybe move this down by one. Just one. Yeah, I think that's good. Kind of creates another layer, which could theoretically be a problem, but this is one of the more interesting music tracks in this playlist. got to get stone pieces going. I think we can probably do something like in the old. I might have to edit it later to make it really work, but that should be good for now. Also don't want to forget to start putting in stair detail. This. No, we don't need that to be perfect there. It'll be fine. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out some way to make like a dwarven head or some sort of statue to put on this and integrate into it so that it has that aspect of like being a monument. Because it already does kind of feel like that. But I think doing something like that will really boost the look. Yeah, this is going pretty well. I might grab a screenshot of where we're at so far. Mostly because we're going to have to call it a night. Because it's getting late and I gotta work tomorrow. So. Thank you guys for joining me. And I think we should be able to do stream on Monday still, which is noon CST. Yeah, it was great to finally be able to stream with you, Renzala. But yeah, stream on Monday should still be good. Yeah. So it'll be the next time. I'll see you.